Brian Charles Abbey remembered for kind spirit after sudden death. A Mooloolaba man known for spreading happiness on his daily walks with his four-legged best friend is being remembered for his kind heart. A much-loved Mooloolaba man well known for his jovial personality is being remembered for his kind heart and dad jokes as the community mourns his sudden death. Brian Charles Abbey, along with his loved dog and sidekick Archie, became a source of happiness for countless business owners, school children, and Esplanade visitors during their daily walks to get the paper. The Mooloolaba resident of 20 years regularly spread joy and laughter through the community he created with his silly dad jokes. Mooloolaba residents and business owners shared an outpouring of love for Mr. Abbey, 78, when he passed away suddenly on December 3 after a brief fight with cancer. Mr. Abbey's wife, Brenda Abbey, described her husband as an incredibly loyal man who loved to make people happy. I think he will be missed because he truly was a really kind man, and if I had to encapsulate him, it would be a kind man who cared for the world. Its living creatures, children and people, she said. He loved people, he loved the world, and melded a bit of a community down on the Mooloolaba Esplanade. Mrs. Abbey said she had been overwhelmed with people sharing beautiful stories of how Mr. Abbey had cheered up sad and lonely people or simply brightened people's day with a chat. I think sometimes jokes come from someone who really knows people and knows humanity, she said when talking about Mr. Abbey. She said Mr. Abbey possessed a rare thankfulness for anything given to him and never wavered in his character. The couple who met in Canberra in the 1960s would have celebrated their 54th wedding anniversary on December 27. Mrs. Abbey said the father of four and great-grandfather was a caring, thoughtful husband, and she looked back fondly on their life together. When we first met, he asked me to marry him within a week, and I thought he was crazy. But he always said he knew, she said. I'm not sure how things will go now that I'm without him because he has always been there, and that's quite sad. Described as a words craftsman, Mr. Abbey had a passion for poetry, had a poem published, and also wrote a book, Archie's Walk on the Beach, with his wife. Much of Mr. Abbey's career was spent working in administration for the Commonwealth Scientific and Industrial Research Organisation. He had a love for nature and would collect dragonflies before he discovered a new species in Darwin. The Abbey family settled on the Sunshine Coast in 1994. Mr. Abbey's daughter, Tanya Abbey, known for her work as Sparkles the Clown, said her dad had many aspects to his personality. I don't really know where to start with my dad. He had so many amazing layers, like a stinky onion, she joked. I think everyone knew a different side to him. As a proud dad, Mr. Abbey helped teach gymnastics at his daughter's Warana business and set up circus events. He also had a love of football that he enjoyed with his three sons. Ms. Abbey believed that her dad had passed his kindness onto her and her siblings. My dad has definitely passed on to me to acknowledge people and always smile at strangers, and I guess I took the ball and ran with that a little bit further to do it as a living, she said. He just had a good heart, and I think he just saw people. He just tried to be kind to everybody, and it would be nice if everybody was like that. Mr. Abbey's life will be celebrated at Gregson and Waite, Barderham, on December 15.